Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Red. And
This is your host, Blue.
so, yesterday, just as host Blue said, we cannot expect a short because there was a gap up opening on the upside. But as we can see, just like our host Blue said, that gap up opening got taken out by the news scandal. We could not expect a short there. This liquidity point that I marked did not work. It just shot upwards to the upside. Now, why this is happening? There are maybe some people's questions that there are things like people say even if there is a geopolitical relations are decreasing, why does gold still decrease? Should not it shoot up because it is called a safe haven? Well, that is because when there is a risk of geopolitical risk, the oil spikes, then there's an inflation fear, there are rate hike expectations, the interest rate. People expect the interest rate to hike, and that is why the gold falls. The rate hike channel is currently overpowering the usual safe haven channel. The thing is that the the present Middle East conflicts like US Iran strikes are increasing the inflation concerns largely because Tehran declared the Strait of Hormuz would be closed, which is driving oil prices higher and higher. Yes, as you can see, the oil is climbing upside, just like I said. Why oil is climbing upside? That is because the because of the Strait of Hormuz, Tehran declared it would be closed. Now, because of higher oil prices, there is higher expected inflation in the market. And because of higher expected inflation in the market, markets are betting that the Fed will need to hike interest rates to control it. Markets are pricing it a nearly 70% chance of a September rate increase. As you can see, gold pays no interest. When the interest rates are up, holding bonds or cash in hand becomes relatively more attractive than holding gold, just so you could get more profit. So gold gets sold off. And that's also maybe because why the safe haven part of gold is not working. That is because in during this year the gold reached all-time high, and many people booked profits. That is why people are not entering this right now to buy. There is also a there is also something that Fed Chair Kevin Walsh is making his first congressional testimony this week, and the CPI is out, the retail sales are out. Both are being checked, watched closely for the confirmation of the rate hike path. Now, central bank has been buying gold. Reported that buying looks weaker this year, but the World Gold Council's alternative data suggests unreported purchase actually rose. China's net gold imports are up nearly 3x quarter over quarter. So maybe the headline numbers don't show, but there is still an extremely high demand of gold right now. Well, the CPI has been released. We do not know whether US and Iran tensions can escalate or de-escalate because this is the wild card. If this turns into a broader conflict, the safe haven bit could eventually overwhelm the rate hike logic and flip gold sharply upside. But if it cools down, both oil and hike fears are getting cold. This would mostly make gold continue its bearish downside, but it could remove the selling pressure. Maybe it could go a little bit downwards. What do you think, Blue?
Yes, I agree
Hello.
with you. Yes, I agree with you. If this conflict widens, the gold might overwhelm it.
Hmm. So the yesterday, just like you said, CPI data has been released. which made gold take out the gap down opening on the upside right now, but it continued to a little bit to the downwards. So right now we can see on our chart this is of the US oil. It is in an extremely high amount of, you can see it went from $71 on the gap up opening and went and shot up till $81. That's a $10 increase. And in US oil it is an extremely high amount. Now let's go to the gold. So now we need to understand what will gold do furthermore in this week. So yes, it is continuing to the downwards. CPI did went up, took out the high of Tuesday, high of Monday. Now we could expect gold to continue downwards till the 3942 level. Okay, so yeah, we are on. We need to mark now the previous day highs and lows. First of all, as you can see, there is an extreme amount of pressure right here in this area. Okay, as you could say, it is kind of a support zone. You know, like right here, it like this place bump down, shot up, bump down, shot up, came down, shot up, and then came down, and then the news candle happened. So yeah, let's go to the 4 hour. It is This is kind of a support zone right here. As you can see, this price zone is not kind of breaking. So just like our host Blue said about the gap down opening, it is working. Yo, Blue, what you said was correct.
Yes,
I guess that is PPI news, and today Fed chair wash testimony is going to come. There are many kind of news in this week, so we need to be careful during this week. What do you think, Blue?
yes. I think we should be careful, or else we'll go broke.
Hmm. Now let's go to the 4 hour time frame. We are heavily bearish right now too because the gap liquidity has been taken out. I don't believe that it is going to now reach the upside. It is going to take this right here, maybe take this low, but it is going to take this and maybe then it can respect this zone or upside. We do not know because it keeps respecting here this zone, but you never know when it is going to break, and when it does break, it is going to go down really fast. We still don't know if or when gold is going to reverse to the upside because up till now gold has been moving downwards at an alarmingly fast rate, just like how it went to the upside start at the starting of this year. So there are many reports. I think Bloomberg or was it BlackRock? I don't know which CEO said, but that gold was going to reach 6,000 or the 8,000 level this year. But the way it is going down, it has a slight chance. But what can you say when you look at the weekly time frame? As you can see, the gold has been shooting upwards, so you never know when it does shoot. At the coming end of this year to the upside. Right now, I believe it has been taking the liquidity right here because this is a major swing of the earth for over the upside. and that is why it has been respecting for so many times. But when it does taking out, we could expect an huge movement to the upside. What do you think, Blue?
Yes, I agree with you. If this is a major swing, that's why it's getting respected. And if it breaks, I think the weekly just like is very will become proper bearish. Right now, I don't think weekly is bearish or rules wise.
Yes, you are correct. Maybe that is why it needs to, take a liquidity or a liquidity of the weekly swing for it to move upwards because many CEOs of top investing companies say gold is going to reach all-time high again this year. You told me about that, Blue. Like how it is going to be, how somebody said, someone's CEO said it is going to reach 8K. What do you think about them?
I think they are right. I mean, they have high connections. They they probably also do insider trading. Um, they might know what we don't. They they should know what we don't.
Well, yeah, that is correct. The investors are heavily in this, and they know extreme amount of connections. While we do retail trading, they are heavily into insider trading. Yeah, the investors show know their stuff. Yeah, well, in my opinion, I think price is going to reach this level. What do you think, Blue?
Yes. After taking the liquidity, this the price is going here. The 420 around 4020 level.
As you could see, there was an liquidity right here, and the slanting slope liquidity, but it got taken out. So we can now only expect it to go downwards correctly right now. Well, in my opinion, if you ask me, gold has a heavily high amount of chance to go downwards. We could, and there might be a move here. We can expect short, place it right above this liquidity point right here, and target this right here, this thing right here. Same. What do you think, Blue?
Red, I think.
Hmm?
Red, I think. If the swing breaks, this break swing, uh, this price like swing break, then it's higher probability than jumping in right now.
Yes, you're right. Maybe if it, but the thing is, if we say it is going to break right here, as you would see, there is an amount of, you could say, there is an amount of sell buying pressure right here. You see, it shot upwards, then this candle came, shoot up, then went down, came, touched it, and then shot up. Are you seeing this? Blue.
Yes, I'm seeing this.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. If, like if we go on the low time frame, we cannot expect any kind of thing to actually. That is the only thing I hate about these candles right here. You don't know when this thing is actually available right here. As you can see, there's a bump in the road right here at the point. What is this point? 403837 level, and this is also the fourth and below the bump in the road. That is why I think because of this new scandal, it takes cover. I sometimes don't understand this topic. Blue. Sometimes a new scandal breaks out, takes the liquidities, the previous liquidities, but still the bumps before the new scandal works with the bumps after the new scandal. Yo, Blue, check
Yes,
this out.
yes, I'm seeing this.
It just
It
happened
broke, it broke.
right here.
Hmm. That's
I think
absolutely.
a short there was going to work. But still, it has blocked, it has taken out the, uh, it has actually taken out, and it took out this liquidity right here. It took out this liquidity right here. And the only liquidity right now that is present is going to be this. So I'm heavily invested in gold going downwards till the 4023 level today. What do you think, Blue? I think
Yes, after this breakout confirms, I think there's no reason for gold to go up before hitting this level.
yes,
40.
maybe it is going to form swings till it reaches the 4023 level, and then when it takes out the 4023 level, it could take out those swings that it made to the downside and then reach again till the, I guess, 4014 level. So this is
Yes.
for gold today.